Good morning, team. We're out here at the Typhoon, also known as the Boomerango family raft ride. Call it the Boomerango. The manufacturer calls it a Boomerango. That is their signature name for it. So what we're working on today is this crack pipe. Now, contrary to what you might believe, it is not from the freeze. Unfortunately, we think somebody was playing around in this area and jumped on this pipe thinking, oh, I can jump from here and get on that pipe. I'll be just fine. Well, that's not the case. So, I don't know if you'll recognize that. That is from my cut. That is from the cut concrete that we had from the previous video where I was fixing a leak underground. So I said, hey, you know what? Can you cut me a piece? I'm going to reuse this concrete so I can install that. All right, so what this is for, you can see there's two valves. This little Y strainer right here is to just get the junk out of the pipe, right? What it's for is on the sides here. Let me see if I can find one. There's one right there. Is this jet right here, this sprayer, and there's a bunch of them on the edges of the pool, or edges of the slide. Sorry, you can see them. There's one right there, right there. And what they are for is to keep this side wet, so the raft doesn't just stop. It's got some, reduction in friction and slides all the way through. So that's what that's for. Now, throughout the day, we are cleaning this guy out, 2 or 3 times throughout the day, which means we have to shut the slide down. So we said, you know what, we're going to come up with something different. We're going to install a little catch basket. And this one's by Hayward. It's kind of pricey, but it's probably going to save us a lot of time. And of course, that's going to save us money. Let me open it. Give me a second. Got it open. So now, what's nice about these is big old handles versus that square knob that goes on the end of those. So big old handles to get it out. And look at that. Isn't that awesome? Big old catch basket. And as opposed to this. This is the size of the one that's in there. I mean, it's not big at all. As opposed to that bad boy. Look at that. Yeah, there's a big difference there. So the hope is that we only have to clean this out maybe once a day or even less. Most likely keep it once a day and put it on a PM schedule. So it'll show up on a daily assignment in our work order system. So I think that's what we're going to do. Now, you'll notice that I've got Schedule 80 out here. It is Schedule 40 on the connections there. But anytime I do outside work or any repairs, I always replace with Schedule 80. Just because we know that the sun out here is just, it's damaging to everything. And the Schedule 80 lasts a lot longer in the sun. So you can see right there, there's the sun right there. So that means in the heat of the day, it's going to be right there. Boom. It's hitting it directly. So this gets a lot of sun during the day, and we want to protect it. So I'm going to give it some Schedule 80. I got some new valves to go in there. I'm going to have to change the valve scheme because I'm not going to have enough real estate. Probably have to put one of the valves here. There's actually quite a bit of water that sits in these pipes. So I've got to, I'm going to have to do something with the valves, and then I'm going to have to try and hang this pipe somehow. But nonetheless, all right, let's get it done. Well, team, that did not take too long, about 45 minutes, and that's because I had to run off and get some stuff. I do plan on bolting to the ground to this pad, but yeah, some idiot forgot to pack his concrete drill bit, the masonry bit. So I'm gonna have to do that, but it is ready to go. Of course, I'll give it 24 hours before we start her up. Want to make sure it's all cured out, but actually I felt like I did a pretty good job, especially the measurements. Took my time, made sure it was right. I think it looks pretty good. Now, originally I was going to go all 3-inch up here. I was going to go all 3-inch, but it was going to be difficult for me to get that measurement correct, to get the height right. So I decided, well, I know what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and pushing it down now instead of waiting until I get to the 90. But this will be okay. This will be nice and strong. And once I bolt it down, it'll be all good to go. I am happy with it. And once again, I think I'm going to put some blocks under it or something just to make sure it doesn't get too bad in that area. But this is the part right here where I'm real worried about as far as when we shut it off. Just as long as we don't have a water hammer here when we're turning it off. So, all right. Thanks, Steve. Team, we are back under the gully washer. I have been working on this pipe. I had video. Unfortunately, the GoPro decided to die on me. Lesson learned. I will work better at it. But I went ahead and put a brand new flange there, and instead of a 45, because it was a hard angle here, so instead of a 45, I did 290s, and it was a lot better, a lot cleaner. See that? A lot cleaner. Did put a drain on it, just for those that would eat me alive if I didn't put a drain on it. So, put a drain on it. Brand new flange, and then of course this part is already done. I think we're good under here. All the rest of the pipes look good. So we are in good shape. Good morning, team. We are filling river, finally. She's still a little dirty, but it'll be just fine. We'll be able to super chlorinate and they'll get rid of that. That's all just a little bit of stuck dirt. And then we'll brush it, it'll be just fine. Maybe even vacuum it, she'll be fine. But we are filling river. All right, right now, it is currently Monday, the 5th at 11 p.m. Nope, 11 a.m. We'll see how long she takes to fill. Right now, we're filling with the fire hydrant, 2.5-inch hydrant, and then I also have a 2-inch in the sump in the surge pit. We'll see how long it takes. All right, team, let's do it. Good afternoon, team. We are looking good. Now you can see the water's green. Once again, this is how pool water always shows up when you're doing fresh fill on pools this big. A lot of times your backyard pools aren't going to show this green, but this is typical for a commercial pool. We're going to see this green, and not just because the water's sitting in the pipes. It's dechlorinated, desalinated. It's just raw water in the pool, in the pipes. This is quite typical. I see this every time we fill up the pools. This is what's coming out of your tap, really. And it might not look that clean, but it really is. It's really clean. But it just sits in the pipes. But anyway, right now it is 3 o'clock p.m. and same day. We are looking actually pretty good. We're about a foot deep right now. The tank is looking pretty dirty, unfortunately. But we're looking good. We're looking good. You can see right here where it's at. So close to that light. Got a little bit of dirt coming off the floor, but that's okay. We can brush it. We are looking good. Good morning, team. We are in the pump house for the lazy river. You hear that noise? I am bleeding the pipes right now. The pump is on low speed. Up. Getting some airflow through there. I'm gonna let it run for a minute. Right now what's happening is we're filling all these pipes. See, since it goes up in the ground and down, you get an air trapped in this area right here. And it's not good for trying to pump water, closing off all the areas. There's another bleeder on the very top. See if we can spot it. Right there. There's another bleeder. It's kind of hidden. But I'm just bleeding all the lines out right now so we don't have any airlock. I'll show you the pit. So this big old pipe, that's where it comes from, all the way this way. And then that is for the chem loop, or not, excuse me, for the filter loop. And I'll show you what it looks like once we get it going. So I've got the tank filled. You can see it's white. The tank is filled. I got a GoPro so we can watch it turn clear right there. And let's show you there's the catch basket. Got some water in it, a little bit of flow. Very, very little flow. Doesn't need much. It's just that pump. Okay. And here's the tank. What the tank looks like right now. It's gonna pull from the bottom of there. Right there. I'm still filling. We're not all the way there yet. You can actually see the pool level. Let me see, find a good spot for it. Right there. You can see the pool level's got to go about 4 more inches, but we can get her started. All right, team, let's do this. We are very close to filtering. If you could see in there, see all those lines coming down? That's not trash, that's air. So there's a little bit of air still in the system, but we were able to get a pretty decent coat. Here, it's okay, it's a pretty good coat. So I'm happy with this right now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get it to filtering. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this valve while this one shuts off, and then that big one right there turns on, and that's going to send water to the pool. But I'm going to shut it off so I can try and get some of the air out of the system. Good afternoon, team. I apologize, it might be hard to hear, but if you can see, the pit's cleaned out and we are filling. Now it's kind of late in the day, so we're going to let it run off the 2-inch. Tomorrow morning, as soon as we get here, we're putting on fire hydrants, and we're expecting it to take around 12 hours. We're gonna push it and see if we can get it to fill a little bit faster. But we are looking fantastic right now, boys and girls. Catch you on the next one.